How to remember nearly everything you need to do inside of your business. This actual topic comes from my frustration with remembering things when I'm in transit. So I'll be driving my car out for a walk, or I'll be showering, and all of a sudden I'll remember, oh my gosh, I have to do this thing. And it's because when our cortisol levels lower and we're doing something with our brain actively and not actively engaged inside of our business, that I sit down at my computer and I'm like, what was that one thing I was thinking about maybe I needed to do? It is so frustrating. And over the years of growing my company, operations agency, will be 7 years old this year, is that I have learned that we can remember nearly everything we need to do inside of our business. Every idea, every implementation, every project, every small detail, every task, if we just do this one thing. It's actually simpler than you think, because what will happen inside of our business is as our business grows, there will be new collaborators, new contributors, new ideas, new projects, and things that we really want to do that we'll need to learn skills first or go into the dark unknown and trust that people can actually get some of the things done that we want them to get done. But we actually can't get everything done in our business if we don't do this one thing. And the one way that you can remember everything that you have to do inside of your business is write it down. Seriously, write it down. It's so simple. It's so elegant. And this comes from somebody who spent 10 years in operations. I have been working alongside businesses and in businesses for the last 10 years. And one of the biggest things I see is that folks will think, oh, I have an idea, or oh, I know I want to do something with this project, and they don't write it down. They don't actually take the second to write it on a piece of paper or just dictate it into their phone if they're driving or if they're doing something else. It's really, really important. So there's a couple of ways that you can always be prepared to write something down. First and foremost, create the right shortcuts on your phone. This is absolutely critical. I have a notes shortcut on my phone with just a brain dump. It's literally called brain dump, and it has all the things that I know for sure I'll need to capture at any given point, any ideas, any clarifications, things I need to ask my assistant, stuff I need to do for the kids. It makes a ton of sense, and don't go through the trouble to try to separate it between personal and work, because we all know that's a joke and a lie. If you own your own company, work and life need to be integrated and not separate. So I have a running list of all the stuff I need to do, because sometimes being a mom and being a business owner actually means that I develop a lot of the same skills, which is a whole other topic for a whole other day. Make sure that you have that shortcut on your phone, because if you don't have the shortcut on your phone, you're going to remember something. Usually you have your phone with you, and it's going to be a challenge. Second is always have something to write on. I always have something here next to me that has my ideas, the things I know I want to cover. I make sure that I have it in front of me all the time, because then if I need to jot something down, if I'm in the middle of a meeting with my clients, or if I'm in the middle of a workshop, I can say, ooh, that was a good idea. I really, really want to implement something like that. I'm going to go ahead and jot it down. It feels so freeing and empowering to be able to write those things down, and then be able to, of course, have a way to transfer that stuff over to your team in a digital format so that you guys actually don't lose track of it. The third big thing that is so helpful to making sure that you know when things need to be done and you can always remember what needs to be done inside of your business is to have a centralized location that is collaborative with your team. So this could be your project management tool. This could be a document with your quarterly objectives on it, and you guys can come in and pop in some ideas. Have a system internally where we can actually collaborate with some ancillary tasks or ancillary ideas that can be created. Something that we do at Operations Agency, and this has honestly been super, super fun, and honestly, sometimes my team kind of makes fun of me about it, but whenever I am responsible for creating a project, which isn't that often anymore, I'll be totally honest, I always create a sandbox. And sandbox, if you've ever built software or you've ever worked in project management, is a bunch of things that maybe don't have a place yet, but we're kind of still building them, and we maybe want to see if they fit into the project moving forward. And so the sandbox is basically places where we can drop ideas, we can drop tasks, we can drop stuff that we know maybe might come up through the course of the project, or maybe if we're thinking in the car or we're in the middle of a meeting and we're like, oh yeah, maybe that thing might need to happen. We can drop it in the sandbox. And then when we're reviewing the projects, we can take a look at the sandbox list and be like, oh yeah, this feels like something that we might want to fully flesh out so that we can do this in the future. And it's really, really incredible. So when you're building your projects and even your quarterly initiatives, your internal projects, your client projects, have a little sandbox off to the side that's like, oh yeah, maybe we could do these other things. And it's so, so, so freeing to know that at least your ideas, at least the actual tasks that you need to get done, if they're not already accounted for, which they should, they have a place. They have a little spot inside of your projects. They have a little spot inside of your phone. They have a little spot in front of your journal that's sitting right here. Mine is in front of me. So great to know that those things have an actual place. So write them down, make sure they're centralized, make sure you have a way to be able to review them. Build in some time every single week to review the stuff that you've written down, and actually make sure that it takes some action. Because at the end of the day, ideas are great and you can remember lots and lots of tasks that need to be done inside of your business, but they're going to continue to stress you out, and your ideas are not going to come to fruition if you do not write them down and actually put them into action. I hope this was helpful and a really quick and easy way to be able to get your business out of your brain and down onto paper, and so that it can actually be actioned by you and your team. I'll see you next time.